I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
You get your kick saying something like that, man.
Hi, I'm Kiko. I'm 23. I go to UCSB, and I also bartend.
I just want to suck it and see what it tastes like.
Nerd Slap did it again. You should have seen Mo in the little preview box during the intro. He was very happy about his entry at the beginning.
Hey, man, I lost weight. Give me a break.
We actually have a ton of things to talk about tonight, but I'm going to try to cut it off at the 90-minute mark. But before we get started, Norman, how are you doing?
Pretty good. Tired. Been at work today, so, usual. I watched Cobra Kai twice now, the finale. It's such a good wrap-up.
Oh, I need to watch that.
Yeah, you really do. I
know.
It just ties every single character, every single storyline just gets tied in a nice little neat bow, and off you go, enjoy. That's
nice.
It. Yeah, that's basically been my week. I've been too busy to play games, been working and whatnot, and I'm kind of flip-flopping on whether or not I should continue streaming Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because it's one of those games where I want the full immersion, and if I'm streaming it, it kind of automatically breaks that immersion because I'm having to talk to people and manage things and whatever else. But yeah, I'm enjoying the game so far. I basically just found a bed to sleep in. That's about it, really. About to go start looking for things and stuff to do.
Seems like most people enjoy the game, but they don't enjoy watching other people play it on stream.
Yeah, it's actually
as much as other games.
It's getting quite good coverage I've been seeing on the streaming channels, but I'm feeling for me personally, like I might stream some of it, like the big moments, but most of it I'll probably just play offline, I think.
Right on. Nerd Slap. So Nerd Slap gave me two different options for the intro today. One was a little bit less offensive than this one, so I'm glad I chose this one. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm doing good.
I wonder who the focus was in both of those.
It's always about you, Bo. It's always about you.
Always. But no, I'm doing good. Getting back into the normal groove of things after MegaCon and having some friends here for the week. And so finally getting back to normal, but been watching a lot of Drawn Together lately. It's a
really
good show. It's It's an early 2000s show. I'll say that. Comedy Central.
It's like a reality show, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But a cartoon.
Yes. And wow. Yeah, it's a good show. They could
So I
not
don't know
make
if I've
it
seen
say,
it.
but
I remember being pretty. Oh yeah, it's pretty edgy, right? Like it's
Yeah.
it can't
Oh,
be made
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
They pushed the lines of edgy back in the 2000s.
it's very edgy.
Yeah.
But what I found out is that the one that's like out on different platforms is the censored version.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
don't
still
watch the censor.
pretty. It's still pretty dark.
Really?
So I'm on the hunt for the uncensored one.
Yeah, the uncensored.
Was that Adult Swim or was that on another
Comedy
channel?
Central.
Comedy Central, yeah.
It was Comedy Central, so it wasn't Adult Swim. Okay. I remember watching it and I was just like, I know if my parents walk in,
They
I won't
might
be in
have put it
trouble,
on-
but this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
What I taught my damies?
Definitely check it out if you haven't.
Might have to go back and check it out. Mo, how was Monday hangover?
I'm proud to announce that I didn't have a stroke on this one, like I did last week. Actually, Jonas tried to make me get tongue twisted, and I destroyed him. Which was
You
nice.
did great. That was
Yeah.
that was insane. I thought you
Yeah.
were gonna have a heart attack halfway through it, but you made it.
It's true, but I fucked up the $2 one beforehand. I added words into it, so you know.
And he pulled out an oldie, like what was it, bed knobs and broomsticks?
Yeah, he
It's-
really.
yeah.
I had never. If I saw it, I don't remember.
Sing Rap God right now, Mo.
I'm
Yeah,
an old
do
white
it.
man. I will do no such
Here,
thing.
how about this one? Say Irish wristwatch 3 times fast.
Irish wristwatch, Irish wristrush, Irish wristrush?
Told you.
I took. Well, Erwin would
Okay,
like
come.
that. I turned Asian at the end, so
Toy boat.
Erwin, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Hi, I'm Kiko. I'm 23. I go to university. I major in digging holes. Yes, I did like the intro as well. I was really glad it was Mo on Gorlock and not me. I appreciate that, Nerd Slap. Pleasure to be here. I thought digging all of the dirt out of my backyard for my second playthrough would be the end of a game about digging a hole career. But then ABF told me that the achievement, I had no idea what the hell it was beat the game in under 30 minutes, and I think I'm going back in, ABF. I thought it was my last job, but I got one last one. Studio says I have to. So yeah, I think I'm going to go for the trilogy.
And then we're out of the game for good.
I'm curious about getting that one too, because that's the one achievement that I don't have in the game right now. So,
Ah.
yeah.
I would just like to say I'm glad I'm considered not retarded enough to appear on the Whatever podcast, but at the same time, the juxtaposition of making the youngest guy in the podcast Joe and Reservoir Dogs, really? It's whatever.
and of course he made me Mr. Pink. I'm like, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. That I'm Mr. Pink. Asshole.
Mr. Pink Sock.
Mr. Pink sock.
Well, Hayden,
Don't worry.
I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay, I need to point this out.
You're-
Yes, I can say purple burglar alarm. Okay, I'm not common. All right. Anyway,
Hayden, you're just now becoming an amateur hole digger.
I
hear.
am. I'm not sure how what
digger.
depth I'm at this point, but I have I've found a couple of treasures. My hole is like, hang on.
Girthy?
Yeah, what?
Well, I'll put it this way. It's very jagged at the beginning, and now that I have the drill, I'm gonna go through and kind of smooth it out. So
That's
yeah,
that's
those-
exactly the sort of
For
attitude.
pleasure, right?
Isaac, you know what to do.
Yeah, but no, I really like the game because it's something that if I just have like a quick like 15, 20 minutes, I can sit down, play for a little bit, then jump back out, recharge everything, save, and I feel like I've accomplished something. So it's for $5 to give you that 15, 20 minute play that you can do. I can't play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in a 15-minute increment, but with this game, I absolutely can. So I'm enjoying the hell out of it so far.
Nice. Malty, how have you been?
I've been good. Nerd Slap, I'm almost beginning to think that there's something wrong with you because you changed me to a different chick and I still would. I still have shit.
Oh dear.
Hey, you go where inspiration strikes. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
That's what they
but
invented paperbacks for, right?
but since you're the one that is creating these things, it's like, why did you not put me on the fat ugly bitch? Like, why do you put me on the one right next to her who
Because
is still
I'm here, Malty. That's why.
True.
I'm an easy target, apparently.
It just so happens that I let my hair down for this stream because I was just tired of wearing it up, and I was just like, of course, this will be the one where I'm made into a girl again. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a
Damn,
reason I put this asshole in the upper right hand corner in a headlock in real life when we got to Orlando. All right. By the way,
He did.
Not as small as I thought he was, but I had a little fun. We had a little fun. We call it trolling. We had a little fun with Nerd Slap.
Yeah, it's much like Garlock the Destroyer. Mo absorbs all the gravitational pull of all the shit you guys like to sling.
That's okay. Yes, it's true.
It's all right. I'll make up for it next week. I got you.
No, please don't.
No, you'll like it. I promise.
I'm done, ABF, by the way. y'all know what I do at the GCA. I just make a crap ton of videos. Like on the
You never bring it up on live streams ever. I don't. We have.
Nacronal, don't you have a huge announcement to make?
Do I? I don't think so.
All right, that's his intro.
I completely forgot.
Now for the most high energy, no holds barred man on the internet, Nacronal.
Well,
yeah, I ain't up to shit.
We'll get to super chat here in a sec.
Yeah, get right to him.
Can I show the picture of your bedroom in Orlando, Nagernal?
Sorry.
Go for it.
All right, here we are.
Oh my god!
By the way, right behind
Look,
where
it
the
was
camera
process of
was,
elimination.
there was a full-size bed, and he chose
Yeah.
the twin-size bed next to Elsa.
So
I mean, waking up next to those every morning, why
I
not?
had
This
my
was-
shit all over the other bed. I don't tell you.
yeah, but this was day one, so we assumed that he had been sleeping on the big bed in that room.
No, this
But
was
like
before
after a
we
couple
even
days, we
picked rooms.
we were walking by. We're like, dude, all of his shit is just laying out on the big bed. He's been sleeping in the little bed. Why? And it turns out it's probably just because it was closer to Elsa.
No,
His
Well, I
feet hang
mean,
off
that's
of the
not
bed.
it.
That's
I noticed
not
that.
it.
Can't stop taking pictures of his feet. I noticed.
Look,
Yeah, I
look,
don't know
look
why
at the
people keep doing
geometry of all of this. You know, where is it going to land, and will it actually be noticeable when the homeowners come to clean it up?
Oh God!
That is a no.
If you aim for the neckline, it should be fine, right?
Yeah, she got an icicle hanging from her
Oh,
mouth.
Sammy.
You have orders, ABS.
Oh my god. Well, that's what you get for not doing a
That is
proper
good.
intro, Nagernal. All right, got him.
Let it go.
No.
We have Jake Martin for a $10 super sticker.
Thank
And
you,
that was a smiley face guy getting sunglasses over and over. The cool glasses. Yeah, good one.
Thank you, Jake.
Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Jake.
All righty, let's see here. All right.
ABF, does your shirt just say "get good" or does it say "good new"? Just says "get good." So
Get
good,
good.
acceptable. So jealous of your shirts.
All right. Now, Isaac gave me this clip last night, and I was like, you know what? Let's show it off during Off the Hip. He said he watched this about 50
oh my
times.
God.
What could go wrong?
Nice club.
Lads, I'll
It
mute
doesn't
this
matter.
one.
It doesn't matter in what way it happens. The escalator is the natural predator of the Chinese people.
Yes, you're correct.
I love how she saw it coming, so she's like, I'll just run away faster and not just try to jump over it.
Yeah, she's not very good at playing Mario, is she?
No.
That,
She's great as a bowling pin, though. Like, fantastic job.
That makes me rethink my opinion on the end of Prometheus and how, because they really just don't know what they're doing.
All right, and then we got another funny one here. So this guy got a fondue machine, and he thought, what if I put cheese in it instead?
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We got a cheese slapper.
It completely pulled all the cheese out of the bowl.
Yeah, this guy knew exactly what he was doing. This is,
Probably so. It's still funny.
He's a mukbang streamer.
It made me laugh.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
I'm just picturing going into like the emergency room now with the black eye, just like, what happened? Oh, I got assaulted by some swinging cheese.
My husband beat me.
I was gonna say that's much more believable in Scotland that you would be cheese would attack you.
Have you never seen the cheese rolling competition?
Yes, going down the hill. Yeah, it's the best.
Oh yeah.
And you win the wheel of cheese. Yeah.
Dude, have you guys? All right, this is a total tangent. Have you guys ever seen that documentary of this woman that was so fat and she only ate cheesy potatoes her entire life?
No.
You never heard of this before?
I have not.
So,
no.
Her parents like didn't teach her how to eat other foods when she was growing up, and she could only eat fries with cheese poured on top of it.
That is a British diet right there.
Yeah. And so a documentary came in and showed her how much potatoes and cheese that she eats every year, and they unloaded it with like a dump truck to show her.
No way.
Yeah. And she was so upset that she ran inside and made a bowl of cheesy potatoes.
Ran inside or waddled?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's no running in that story.
No, maybe some rolling, but not some.
Yeah, rolled inside, like.
But yeah,
Does
they
she
like
make the penguin noise. That's what I want to know. And she's like, whack, 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 whack.
all right. Gonna talk about a little bit of guns really quick.
Ooh.
So this is a company called Fightlight. And what Fightlight does is they make uppers. So you have a lower and an upper for an AR-15. I'm sure some of you guys know this, but for the people that don't, you simply take two pins out, take the upper off, and you can interchange it. What this company does is they make a belt-fed upper that you can just slap onto your AR-15.
We're showing off our MCR upper receiver. That's the mission configurable rifle. This is the world's lightest belt-fed platform. It's just under 9 pounds, 5.56. Quick change barrel, adjustable gas system, and dual feed, so it feeds from any AR-15 magazines or M27 linked ammunition, just like the saw. The best part, of course, is that this upper right here will work on any AR-15 mil-spec lower receiver that you have at home. So as a lower receiver, you can order this, we can ship it to you, and then you can get that mounted on your lower, and you now have your own belt-fed platform at home. Super robust.
What?
And it's only 9 pounds.
It's a really, really great option for anybody out there. We're showing off.
So, in case you're wondering, this M16, which is full auto, can accept that. So I'm looking into picking one of those up.
Oh, do you have a video you want to show us on a live stream?
Don't
Don't actually do it. No.
That's not a good idea. I know from experience.
Yes, and then let a predator.
Yeah, we all do.
Shoot it. Yes.
Pew pew pew.
Yeah.
So it's important to be able to defend yourself from more than one intruder. It's also important to be able to defend yourself from more than 50 intruders.
Hordes of zombies. That's what that's made for.
Exactly, the zombie apocalypse. You're going to have hordes at your front gate. You need to mow them down.
On an AR platform, you have a magazine, right? And on a belt fed, when it plugs into the bottom, they call it a nutsack.
Ah, okay.
That's the actual technical term. I'm not joking. It's called a nutsack. So
it's where the magazine goes to the gooch. What is the little slot where the magazine goes called?
Where the
goes called?
Oh,
the little hole.
The little hole?
I feel like Gooch would be a good name for that.
Just the Magwell?
Magwell, is that what it is?
I mean, you could call it a Gooch well, I guess.
What are laws on like mounted guns? Can you mount whatever the hell you want, however you please?
You can. So you can mount anything to a vehicle, but I want to say that there's certain laws in certain states about shooting from that vehicle. Like it has to be like in a designated place, because like you're like crossing over into like drive-by, situations. It's like
what do you mean I can't hunt from my truck? I thought I lived in America.
They do that for hogging. In fact, they have mounted on helicopters.
Since that just got mentioned, so my dad just got a suppressor for his I think he has an AR-10.
Cool.
So that just got verified for the suppressor, and he has a thermal scope. So we're gonna go hogging here pretty soon.
Oh, nice.
We were just talking about that.
Hogging can mean two different things.
It can. We're going to go shoot them.
Okay.
That's
which ones though?
What's the other? You got
Does it really matter? Does it really matter?
What did you say, Aaron?
What's the other hogging? You got a pretty mouth boy kind of hogging?
Oh,
just ask Mo. He knows.
It's where you pick up the cheesy potato chick at the bar.
Oh.
Yeah.
You go trying to find the fattest chick at the bar to see if you can, score some goals.
Lube oozing out of her skin. Fry grease.
I can't even say that. Never mind.
It does show like humans we are miraculous creatures. We can survive on like nothing. Like give us some starch and some carbs and some cheese and we're good to go.
Yeah, that's really all it takes.
It's kind of crazy. Why am I trying to eat healthy? Only eating fake Bako bits from now on. Hydrogenated red dye 3 for life.
Oh yes, I'm all down with the red dye. ABF knows. I was drinking the Midwest special. I was drinking Fago Red Pop.
That stuff.
And my body died in the middle.
For anybody who doesn't know, I'm from Texas. I had only ever heard of Fago, and I tried the Fago Red Pop, and I just looked at Mo and went, "It's just shitty Big Red." And he was like, "Well, yeah. I didn't say it was good. I said I like it."
they got some good ones. Cream soda, root beer. They were like Moon Mist or whatever. They got some good ones.
I feel like they're all just the shitty version of everything else, though. Like after tasting the Fago Red Pop.
Yes, it's the mountain lightning of what some people say
Dr.
soda
Pepper,
pop.
yeah.
I just call them Cokes.
They're Cokes.
But you know what I mean? Sodas, caffeinated, or
it's
pop.
It's only ever going to be pop.
It's Coke in the actual South.
It's Coke.
All right, Hayden, explain the Coke thing. I'm going to sit down at the table. You're taking my order. I'd like to have a Coke. What do you say next?
What kind?
I'll have a Coke.
Just
is
Coca-Cola?
Pepsi okay? Because that's
all.
Is
we Pepsi
have
okay?
Here.
That one comes out a lot.
See how many freaking questions? It makes no sense. It's not an efficient way to order soda.
Doesn't matter. Anytime somebody says soda or pop, somebody will look at you like you're fucking retarded down here.
Well, when you're the one ordering and you know that all sodas are called Coke, you specify whenever they ask for your order. But if you're just saying to your kids like, "Hey, really parched, we've been out shopping all day or been at the park or like whatever you're doing, climbing mountains," you're just like, "Man, y'all ready to go grab a Coke?" You go into the store and like they have all the options, but you're just grabbing a Coke. That's how we use
a Big Red, a Dr. Pepper, so. Typically, if
A
a
and W
waiter or waitress asks you, you answer with the brand that you want. But if your friend is leaving the house and goes, "Hey, I'm going to the store. Do you want anything?" You say, "Yeah, a Coke," and they say, "What kind?"
No,
Sorry,
just to verify.
Just another one for the shit take list there.
So if you actually want
Isaac, are you ever going to fucking stop? Honestly.
Do you say Coca-Cola then to be specific instead of
you just reiterate Coke?
But why do you need to just call it Coca-Cola then if you know you have to specify? Just say you want Coca-Cola at that.
You might.
Coca-Cola is 4 syllables when you could just say Coke.
And we wonder why they lost the Civil War.
That's a hyphen. Hey, that's the war of northern aggression. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Mo.
Exactly. It is the war of northern aggression.
Yep. And we
I'll
conquered it.
fight you on that one, but this is not the stream for it.
There were more slave-owning northern states than there were southern states at that time, but we won't go into that.
Isaac, do you really want to live in a world without Coca-Cola?
They didn't call their slaves slaves. They called them cooks.
Cooks, the help, the farmhands.
Also,
Yeah.
I just thought about this. So, like in the South, there are a shit ton of meth labs, and Coca-Cola actually used to have cocaine in it. So maybe that's why we call it Coke, because it gave us a little fix before they.
Erwin and I are laughing
that-
at Hoosier right now.
That is why they call it that. The coca is cocaine, right? It's just why
Cocaine.
they call
the
it that.
original recipe, yes.
Yeah. Well,
Cocaine.
okay. Well, you're saying it like that was a crazy idea or like a joke,
Look,
but
okay. Let me give you a little.
Well, why
Indiana
it's
history
prevalent
here.
in the South is why I started that. But.
A little recent Indiana history. The University of Purdue had to put like paint tracing in cow poop because they're so prolific at making meth in the state. So if you cook it and you do meth, it turns your mouth pink. Yeah, that's the level of meth that exists in Indiana. So the
We
South
just
may
look for
try,
the
but Indiana.
explosions in the trailer parks.
I thought you had bad
That's how
teeth
we find it.
because dicks were knocking all the teeth out all the time.
I was about to say like Mo is kind of bad mouthing us, but I did have a meth lab explosion like literally across the street from me.
Dude, you have houses exploding in Indianapolis. I mean, yeah, I know you're not. You don't
Yeah,
live there,
actually-
but yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were. Yeah, they tried to do an insurance like fraud thing, and they blew up their house and blew up the other houses next to them and killed a bunch of people. Yeah, don't blow up your house for insurance fraud.
The studs weren't even standing. It was like gone. It looked like a Looney Tunes cartoon. I was living in that. Yeah. Don't mess with the Midwest. That's all I'm saying. So.
All right, you guys have a bigger meth
Yeah.
problem than we do. Moving
Don't
on.
meth with us.
Great flex.
All right. We should probably start talking about some gaming now, right?
Yeah, probably.
Let's do that. All right. XCD Project Red Rebel Wolf Studios says Blood of Dawnwalker is focusing on quality over quantity. We'll have a story spanning around 30 to 40 hours, nowhere near the 100 hours.
Good.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you get 40 hours out of a game, like you have paid for a solid experience.
Yeah.
That's how long I played Dynasty Wars Origins. It was like 38 hours or something like that. I'm like, good. I did not want to play that game for 70 hours.
I played it for 70 before I beat the first storyline.
All right. Well, to quote ABF's shirt, get good, Hayden.
Wait, were you running around doing all the side quests?
Yeah, no, I did everything. I fucked all the J-pop ladyboys. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say is like, if you're playing completionist, obviously you're going to want some more things, more depths to plumb, but a normal storyline with a few side quests thrown in there. Yeah. 38 to 45 hour game. Yeah. That's extremely solid and has replayability value.
Well, that's what I was going to mention though. If you do the 30 to 40, you got to make that new game plus worth playing. If you're only going to do the 30 and 40, make sure it does have that at least play one more for a new game plus playthrough.
Yep.
Yeah, I blame games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla that just chucked everything into a game.
Whoa. Hold on. Whoa.
Hold on. I need to pull up the motherfucking clip because you guys don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to say.
No. We're on your pronunciation.
Yes, I know you're on my pronunciation.
Twat.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Did someone misspell it or mispronounce it?
I can't remember. It was at the Game Awards, and it won an award. And he goes, "Assassin's Creed Valhalla." So yeah, I've said that every day since.
Dude, that reminds me of half the people that work for Nvidia calling it like the 1080 Ti. Remember that?
Oh my god!
Instead of the Ti, their own employees were calling it that.
Yeah.
What that reminds me of is next up we have Adele Dazeem. Like, remember that one? It was I can't remember her name. Like Travolta butchered it so much. They even had a translator. It would make you give you the Adele Dazeem name if you put it in there. Anyways, go ahead. I had too much math. My bad.
It's okay. We get it, Mo.
Into the
I was being nostalgic for home.
Yeah, I mean, that also explains why you're gay too. So
why do I come on here?
Is that playing? No. it's
Oh,
muted.
there's those.
No
yeah.
sound.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
There you
And
go.
a Grammy.
So that was at the Dice Awards?
No, Grammy. I think he just said Grammy. That makes a bit more sense. So he had no idea what he was talking about.
That's
But still,
hilarious.
that's
Dang.
good.
Huh. Well, let's see here. That makes me want to change what I was going to talk about, actually. There we go.
Ooh, the plot.
Yeah,
thickens.
Norman, you're forgiven for showing us that. We get it.
You
now.
can,
Mhm.
AB, if you can go and exit out of your Indiana meth tab, you probably had pulled up for later
Yep.
as well.
Thank you. Yep.
It was just a Google Earth map. That's all it was. With some pins on there.
Well, no, I'm sure you guys have seen this by now, but the Dice Awards.
Oh my god.
Greg
I'm
Malone.
interested.
Favorite games, Diablo
less
4
interested.
Vessel of Hatred is nominated for Online Game of the Year. Get your hands together. Thank you, Rod. Of course, that is a game that takes real skill.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to flatter everyone here, but if I know one thing about this audience, is that none of you had to pay someone to play Diablo for you.
Well, I should have told you to pause. That was going to be like she's going to make an Elon dick, isn't it? 3, 2,
When
1.
you're dismantling democracy.
I feel like we're in good company here, but just in case for the
We
people
are
online,
a
if you get mad at that
democracy,
joke,
for
it's
fuck's sake.
Greg Miller.
Representative Republic.
Silence, woman of color.
Oh,
Wench.
Elon Musk and fuck Donald Trump.
oh my
And
god.
fuck Greg Miller.
Shut up and cleavage.
Go fuck yourself.
Isn't that crazy?
That was actually pretty good impression there, Norman. That
I mean,
was-
he dropped
was
his
good.
dignity on the ground. I wish they would still been on camera when she reached over to pick it up.
what happened?
Yeah.
to
I would just kept
throwing
dropping.
shit
Oh,
at
I
people?
dropped it again.
There's not one person in that crowd that was going to throw a water glass or something. Like, seriously.
No, and that's what she said. I feel like we're in good company here, but if you're on the internet and going to get mad because they know where the majority actually stands. And like me
Yeah.
personally, I don't give a fuck if Elon paid somebody to play through all the tedious bullshit in his it wasn't Diablo 4, it was actually Path of Exile 2.
Oh,
Well, no, I think he
it was
admitted to
both.
Diablo
Did he
4
do both?
also.
It was
Yeah.
both. And,
Yeah.
and the leak DMs.
I don't blame somebody who is able to play games at a super high level paying somebody to play it at the lower level because that's a lot of fucking time you have to spend. And the dude's
Yeah.
kind of busy running, I don't know, several fucking companies that are on the cutting edge of technology. So if he wants to sit down and game at a high level,
Our future and send us to Mars. Yes, he doesn't have time to play games.
He was like kind of lying about it, and he kind of
did.
like he kind of spurred out and
Omission-
started sharing
it's-
people's DMs and stuff.
so
So,
okay, I
Lie of
think that-
omission.
yeah,
I think that the reason that he lied about it is because if he admitted to it, he would have been banned immediately. Because that's a bannable offense.
I know. Yeah, he says everyone
Is he
does
banned
it. And I'm
now?
like,
No.
Well, I think it's only bannable if you're playing the game professionally. So that actually just happened. I think it was a Fortnite professional player that just had to hand.
well,
in
as someone who played like account sharing on Overwatch, you're not allowed to do.
Yeah,
So I assume
account
it's
sharing is a
Blizzard.
bannable offense for Blizzard and for several other companies. So that would have put him under the umbrella on Diablo if he was accused of that. He would have been banned if he admitted that somebody else was playing. So he had to push back against that.
maybe so. I mean, but I mean, at the same time, like you can't claim to be at the top of the leaderboards when you didn't do the work.
Saying you're number one.
Yeah.
That was the
But-
problem.
That's
But
that's
whenever
what's the
he
real
is
bullshit.
But if he was playing at the top of the leaderboards and worked his way up to number one on his own, which it appears that that's what he was doing, was paying people to play the tedious bullshit to get up to that level, and then he was playing at that time.
But then also people are tracking it and his account's playing while he's like giving speeches and like having
Right.
interviews with people and stuff. So it's not just like it's not just grinding up to and then he plays. It's like always grinding, which he never mentioned that little asterisk next to the number one gamer, and that was the issue. And a lot of us were like, there's no way he can play. We've addictively played games. We know how long it takes to be at the top of like a leaderboard. It's not possible for him to have done it. So yeah, it's live omission.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
and
a
I
good
still
look.
don't care. If he didn't play at a high skill level, he didn't play at a high skill level. Fuck it. I don't care.
But that was the problem with Path of Exile 2, since it was newer, he was not playing at a high skill level. And that's what got him caught.
Well, to go back to the clip that we just watched, though, I mean, we had a lot of people make fun of the Real Game Awards for being anti-woke or whatever.
Yes.
But like, what was that we just saw? Like, that was like overtly political, you know?
Well, that's what they do all the time. It's only a problem when we do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gayer than anything Nerd Slap can make me look like in the intro.
Well, it
That's
starts
saying a lot.
off with the cleavage, and I'm like, ooh, good. And then you guys said Greg Miller, and I went, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have
like I
you
said,
noticed that like when Trump got in there for like 2 weeks, it was basically because they did have an award show and it was basically radio silence. They were tame, and then like they just couldn't contain themselves. It's like they had that diarrhea inside their mouths that they just had to vomit out. And so now they're going back to it. I don't know what they're thinking.
So the thing is, they do this every time, Malty. They hold it in for the first couple of weeks while they get a feel for how everything's going to go.
They're also in shock as well.
Yeah, shock as well. And then they can't contain it. And that's where we saw the greatest spurg out in history back in 2016 through 2020. And now we've gotten that pulled back a little bit because they're like, oh no, it's back. They're waiting to see what's happening, but then it's naturally going to release. And then Niagara Falls will be running soon. It'll be a waterfall like nothing we've ever seen before, especially since they have Musk running Doge at the moment.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, we have breaking news right now.
I saw you were excited about something.
Are you doing it? Yeah, there we go.
There it is. Oh, who did it?
That's why he gets paid the big bucks. No, you look good in glasses. Should consider getting a chili bowl.
Funnier than a singing bush any day.
Hey.
Why did at no point did he not open his mouth trying to catch a piece of cheese in there?
I would not open my mouth for that. So, yeah.
Well, if you're Mo and that was Dick's, then you would.
No.
And also
It's
that fat ass with cheese.
It's like a thing of taffy. It'd probably knock you out.
Don't know until you try
it. Good job.
Everybody right here. Everybody. They're passing them out. You get one. You get one. You get one.
Oh,
Give that
good.
man a
Thank you very
get
much. I'll put it in my pocket.
You're welcome.
Don't spend it all on
And
one
chat,
person.
here's one for you. There you go.
Wait,
He just attacked
come on.
chat.
I did.
No, we just talked to Eli. You should throw your heart out to them. Throw your heart out.
Well, since we're still talking about Elon, I got more on him actually. So there's no like actual story behind this other that he has been saying this, but Elon Musk will make gaming great again, announcing his AI team will make some games. And this is the announcement right here, him just saying yes. So
I'm fine with it. I want to see what they're able to produce using AI. These engineers that know this stuff, like fuck it, let's see if they can make a good game come out of the West again. I think fine. Like we're harnessing the power of AI. We make a good game, great.
I want to see their version of a Kerbal Space Program, or they need to have like a Mars terraforming or something like that. Like make them like educational / like full blown jingoistic propaganda. Let's colonize that space, baby.
Kerbal Space Program was like running a fucking cheese grater over my brain trying to figure that shit out.
It's a clusterfuck, yeah.
Kerbal Space Program is awesome, and then they tried to make the second one, and it's made by EA, and somehow they had to early access it and try to crowdfund it, and it turned out to be a giant piece of shit. Yeah, it's the if you go to Steam right now, it's not like overwhelmingly negative.
2 was the one that I played. That maybe that's why I say it was like running a cheese grater over my brain.
Yeah, go back and play the first one. That one's like beloved. So
okay.
It is our manifest destiny.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's all about like, yeah, that's our manifest destiny to go to Mars. So it's like if you're gonna have a video game company, make it about those things. Inspire the youngsters to go to Mars because someday you're gonna need volunteers.
That's what Top Gun was back in the day. How many recruits do you think came from Top Gun back in '86? It was made in conjunction with the Air Force, I think, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah.
You seen these new military ads coming out? We actually have good military ads again. They're actually like super IT. I'm kind of digging them.
Well, when the ads start getting good, that means
we're about to go to war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
In fact,
When
you're watching Band of Brothers right now. Remember how they're like, oh my god, they're giving us ice cream. This is amazing. They're like, we're going to war tomorrow.
Yep.
It's going to be crazy watching the U.S. switch sides from Ukraine to Russia as we end up going to war here. I think that's what the left is saying. I think, right?
Has anyone gotten a follow up? Because I don't pay attention that much to politics, but I saw that Trump was going over there to specifically meet with Putin to stop all that bullshit. Have we heard a follow up to that? Because I haven't.
Well, now Trump is demanding $500 billion from Ukraine as a closure of the deal. So that's him doing his big ass guy bit. So,
Rare earth and stuff like
and
that. And
Zelensky is losing his fucking mind over it and being like,
I
"No,
love
the
it.
U.S. needs to send us more weapons." Like,
And he asked for 250 billion as well.
Trump's slowly doing one of these and giving him the cold shoulder too. It's
Yep.
not even like putting him in the negotiations.
It's beautiful.
Oh, I forgot. Y'all have a political stream now. Y'all probably have
Tomorrow, 11
Yeah.
p.m. Eastern.
Hey,
little taste of what you'll find on Tuesdays. But in other news, we have McHawk for $5, which I love how people were pointing out that my face is on that dildo on Drunk's
Oh my God.
stream today.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, thank you. Journalists are like the government. You think you hate them, but then you don't hate them enough. That is true.
It's like giving a movie a 10 out of 10, you know? It's just like not possible because there's always that possibility of being a better movie. And there's always that possibility that journalists and government are going to be even worse. So, yeah. But I do my best effort to hate them to the maximum potential. And if we have a new day where like a little DLC comes out and we get a few new achievements, I'm going to get those achievements and hate them even more. And someday, hopefully I can reach peak government and journalist hate. If I work hard enough, maybe my dream will come true. My hair will get really big and turn yellow and energy will start coming out of me. It'll be great. I'll go
Simmons.
I'll go in the Fed. It'll be awesome.
We also have GraphWeb for $2. Erwin, I think this is for you.
We already did one today. You can't make me. For fuck's sake.
Cancel Disney
One of these days, I'm gonna growl that. One of these days, I'm gonna heavy metal growl it.
Thanks, Graph.
Erwin's gonna be, in a straitjacket. People are gonna be like, "What happened to him?" Oh, he kept smearing poop on the walls after GraphWeb would send him $2 all the time.
Yeah, if I were Pokemon, my name would be For Fuck's Sake, because that's all I'm going to be able to say at that point. Drool one.
Thanks, Jake.
This one's for you, Erwin. Clark's Farm reposted this. Porsche will officially overhaul their lineup to build more gas-powered cars.
Nice.
Mainly because people, they just don't like, as far as supercars go, they don't like electric.
I believe Ford, some American car companies have had to move away from the electric crap too.
Yeah, it's also because once they built the infrastructure, they realized that they couldn't sustain it like Tesla was because they own the entire infrastructure on how to make batteries and everything. It's way too expensive. In fact, I think didn't they say that it cost like $90,000 per Ford Lightning to make, and they were selling them for like $50,000? They were taking a loss.
Yeah, they're selling them at a loss, and they quit making them.
Yeah.
Ford sells quite a lot at a loss. Like the F-150 is sold a lot. Like you could wrap them around the circumference of the earth twice, but they lose every single one that goes out the door.
I think it's like 90 times you can do that actually. Like however many F-150s have ever been made, it's crazy.
Well, if I remember, because it was Jeremy Clarkson that said it. I think it was if you parked them side to side, not end to end, side to side, it would wrap the earth twice.
So we're missing some very, very pertinent Jeremy Clarkson lore. He hates Porsches, especially the 911s. He's like, they look like a Beetle. Yeah, he's like, you always give Richard Hammond, or I think it was Hammond that liked him, right?
Yeah, he has a 911 GT3, and I think Well, Jeremy likes a couple of them. So there's the 928, and then there's the Boxster as well. He likes anyone.
928 is awesome.
Yeah.
Well-
basically, he likes any Porsche that's not a 911. That's
Yeah,
what he has to
so
say.
Clark's problem with Porsches is that when he drives them around the track, he loses control of them very easily. And a lot of people have that issue because it's a rear mounted, engine and not a mid engine. So it's
And then Justin, he's not a Jaguar man, he's a Jag man.
Oh, this is a good time to bring up because I imagine no one else has seen Captain America 4. At one point, they pull
I
up in the. Okay, well then they pull up in the truck, and then he opens the hood, and it's actually a trunk because it's an electric truck. And then they've got Captain America's shield sitting in the super gay
Yeah, it's an electric
truck.
Hummer, is what it is.
It's a Hummer. Oh my
That's a
god!
Hummer.
I thought it was
Yeah, I know.
it's even gayer. Oh
Yes,
my
it's an
God.
electric
wait.
Hummer.
I thought I was listening to this. I didn't see it. I think it was Mahler. I think they were saying that it was like a GMC. It was almost like they shot it like a fucking commercial, and I was just like,
Oh
That's
no,
the
they
Hummer.
might.
I see him in my area.
Okay, yeah, they're talking about the other because he's driving a truck at one point, and then it cuts to reshoots when Giancarlo just suddenly starts shooting him up. He's probably talking about that truck. The guy next to me at that point when he was in it said, "Oh, looks like Falcon's doing pretty good for himself." So it's probably that truck because that was definitely with product placement.
And they've been doing the car commercial since Iron Man 1. That's not a new thing.
Oh well, yeah, I know, but it's a gay ass electric like Hummer.
Oh, yeah,
look how
absolutely,
manly we are. Look, Captain America drives electric, guys.
I'm glad
Yeah,
he was
there's a-
able to park before he could walk around to the front, hit the little automatic button in order to reach the shield that he doesn't have the physical ability to even fucking hold, much less throw.
Yeah, I've been seeing the clips online. I didn't realize they gave him like full fucking vibranium wings. It's just god awful.
that absorb like kinetic energy that he can then use to stab Hulks with.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
His wings
Sounds so stupid.
shoot like metal blades now too.
Yeah,
He
and you
never
can
uses it.
Wait for it.
slash
Yeah.
through his. I mean, you can stab him, you can slash through. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead, Mo.
No, wait for it. I was like, all right, this is going to be the shittiest movie of all time. Because he lands and he goes, wait for it. And then the shockwave comes
It's like 3 seconds. It's way too long. He had to
That's not
go like
on.
the
The wings have
speed
to
of
charge.
sound.
That's not how kinetic energy works. Whatever.
Yeah, I
How
was
the
sitting there
sound
making
barrier
the
works
butthead
either.
face. I was like, okay.
Well, Norman, that's because it was potential energy. It just had to charge up before it could become kinetic energy.
Yes, but I played the Arkham trilogy. As soon as you slam down on the ground, boom, that's it. The shockwave goes out.
Tell us
Yeah,
about
because
it.
that physics engine is way more realistic than the one in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Unreal Engine 3. Glorious gem.
Erwin, this one is for you. Meta is developing AI-powered humanoid robots to set to transform household chores, so they could be doing the dishes that you're supposed to be doing right now. Bringing
free use robots. Yes,
bringing Jetsons to life.
I'm down. Give me my Sydney Sweeney model.
So
I think I'll get the Tesla Sexmatron first.
Mm.
But I figure Meta eventually, maybe once we get to like version 3, maybe then Meta will be doing better.
Well, Meta will have the thing where you can put the Quest on, and then you can put whatever skin you want on it on.
The
like,
augmented reality, we were talking
Yep.
about that.
Yep.
Yeah, yesterday, I think.
I mean, who says you only have to stick to one? You could have the Meta and the Tesla.
Yes.
And
When
they
I was
could
just
fight
thinking-
over you, Erwin.
Did someone say throw you away?
I was just thinking of like the different upgrades and whatnot because they'd be modular, presumably. So like, I gotta stop talking because I mean it as a joke. But God, people are gonna start taking me serious before long. But at some point, we're gonna have to take this shit serious because it's coming.
It's coming
A lot, like multiple times a day.
Yep.
Yeah. Nobody's ever going to
We'll
leave their
be
house because they're going to be fucking their robots.
It's gonna be a concern. That's why I joke about it now, so we can have the conversations now and
Yeah.
pre-shame everyone.
And if you think it's a good idea and you think you want to do that, watch Ex Machina and then get back to me.
That's a good one, actually.
What's
it's
that
really-
movie with Megan Fox? She plays the
Yeah,
like
yeah.
robot.
That's the
I
new
just
one.
I scroll through it for the sex scenes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always evil. Well, and then there's Companion is also another new one out.
There's
That's what
also that Joaquin Phoenix movie, Her. That was creepy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if I had an AI Scarlett Johansson, you best be believing. But I could just picture Elon Musk right now being like, "Guys, I made these so that you could start shagging, not stop." Jesus.
I think realistically, it'll be because people are fucked up in the head, especially sexually or sexually. These things are going to get so gunked up and everything like that, and they're going to be so expensive to put out at first that I think it's only going to be a fad.
But here's the thing, Malty. How long do you think until they have the model that's self-cleaning?
Dishwasher safe, yeah.
They'll say that it's self-cleaning, but you don't know what these people do with their weird effed up fantasies. I mean, you're a VTuber, you actually do know, but
He's gonna own his. He's not gonna rent his. Sounds like you're concerned about using other people's.
No, it's just talking about the entire trend of it, the Swiffering the nation.
God,
well, that's the thing. It's not going to start off as the Sexmatron is probably going to start off as the robot dog, and I know as the dishwasher, and then eventually it's all going to be one, and then you get the companion, and it's going to kill you in your sleep. I've seen horror movies. Also, for the next several years, we're going to get B movie horror movies and like the A24s. Oh, it's going to Sexmatron like every other one.
Yeah, but again, like they'll very quickly make them not dishwasher safe, but self-cleaning. That way people don't have to worry about it, and then people will stay in their pods, their little houses, and touch grass will become even more of a thing than it is right now.
Or
And
you know,
the
you
first
can just,
electrical
you can just
fire
take-
that cuts the dick off of somebody who's just like doing things like that, that lawsuit is going to completely tank it.
or you could just take it in the shower with you, and then that's 2 jobs, 1 blow. Simple.
I just hope if they have the Sexmatron to the way to adjust the aperture, you give her a donkey punch, like right there in the butt cheek.
That's not a donkey punch, Mo, but thanks for trying.
That's a donkey punch. Yeah, you
No.
hit her in the
No,
butt.
you hit
cheek.
the back of sorry.
Back of the head.
Oh.
That's
Yeah, back of the
Sorry,
head is a dog.
I'm sure.
Go to Urban Dictionary once in a while, Mo. Geesh.
I'm shocked that the National Institute of Health just discovered what the fetish of vor is.
They just discovered it?
They just discovered. They were like the fetish of, and they used like the full Japanese name. It's a like boreraka or something like that. And they're like, they're concerned that this fetish is on the rise. I saw something about that earlier, and I was like, you guys just figured out that this was
the less
thing?
cultured. That's like cannibalism-y, right?
No. It's
Like you wanna
being
get
swallowed
eaten?
whole. Yeah, but being swallowed whole.
But very slowly also.
Cannibalism-y, I think, is a decent description of wanting to be swallowed whole.
No, but vor
No,
a
it's,
lot
it's,
of the
it's
time
like
has to do with,
anaconda, like you just it slowly digests you without chewing you.
You don't want a person to swallow. You want a giant snake to swallow, or a tentacle monster to swallow you.
No. It has a lot to do with like the giantess fetish
I'm with
as
Ron.
well, where they want a giant woman to just swallow them. Listen, the Japanese world is a very strange world, and unfortunately, I have been subjected to a lot of it.
By
Subjected to it by following them. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been interested
done
in
that to
Japan and
yourself.
Japanese culture. Then I found that spot of it, and it just it's there. There's no ignoring it.
Oh dear.
What are you doing to us?
I'm just showing you the vor.
Oh,
Short
oh,
for
yeah.
vorophilia, a fetish which one fantasizes about being eaten alive or eating
right.
another creature alive. But there's no blood involved.
Yeah.
So.
But hardvore includes the tearing and chewing of flesh, which is cannibalism-y.
Yes.
And if
We're
you'd
talking
like to
about
know
the
more,
soft
tune
vor,
into the
though.
degenerate adventures of Hayden the VTuber live.
I don't talk about this stuff usually.
You just think about it and wank to it.
No, I just know about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not in his hentai tags, Malty. Jeez.
Nope.
All right, now that we got sex robots out of the way, let's talk about gaming again. Rainbow Six Siege X or 10 announced with graphical, audio, and gameplay improvements. So basically, they're going to be showing us a actual trailer on March 13th. And Rainbow Six Siege is made by UbiSoft. or UbiSoft, depending on what country you're from. So
Or how pretentious you want to be.
I liked playing this game a while back, and then they started adding more handy capable operators.
I was gonna ask, did they ever? Because we saw the leaks. Did they ever actually add the handicap woman with the two like robot drones? They actually added that.
Handicap operators in there, yeah.
Yeah, and then they started like changing backstories or adding backstories to the new characters. It just got increasingly gayer and gayer, and like you open the game and you see a freaking like pride rainbow, and you're just like, come on, dude, I'm done with this. Yeah.
That's Overwatch. Wait, actually, can I pull the tab up? I have an Overwatch tab I really wanted to talk about that I forgot to.
Yeah, definitely.
They added a new character, and she's finally white and attractive. So, of course, they all hate her.
Yeah, this is only 41 seconds long. So let's just watch this real quick.
I mean, isn't this just an upgrade?
Yeah.
Like...
So the question's going to be, though, are they going to lean into the stuff that, you know, shouldn't have made Rainbow Six, you know, good near the end there? Or are they going to actually try to save their company, which is in financial ruin right now, and not do that bullshit?
Well, what I think this is actually what it was a new Rainbow Six game, or Rainbow Six Siege, or whatever you want to call it. And then they saw from X Defiant and a few other games that came out last year that porting over a fan base to play a new game is not going to work. So they're just going to bring in the old players, hopefully with some new on top.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're going to try and revitalize the game till at least the end of the generation, I'd say.
Yeah, and this way they don't have to spend money on development of a whole new game. They just get to buff what they already have and hopefully bring in the old players that will maybe bring in some new players to buy the game.
Yeah, and then so on top of that, we had the developers of Assassin's Creed basically say, okay, you know what? You don't have to play exclusively as Yasuke in the new Shadows
lying.
game.
They're lying.
They are lying. And so that Park Place broke down some financial stuff. Not going to go over all of this because it's a long article, but basically, let me just read this one paragraph here. The brutal reality, as outlined in the report, is that Ubisoft's net bookings have plummeted by almost 52% year over year in Q3, with total net bookings for the first 9 months of fiscal year 25 falling 35% just under €1 billion. Digital net bookings. So basically, they're talking about how the live service numbers are falling, which is what helps out with their microtransactions, DLC purchases, and subs. So
Yeah, live service is going to die very soon.
That's where they make a lot of their money too.
It is.
They're struggling.
So the lead dev for Warhorse, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, he posted on Twitter the other day, and he was like, we've sold almost 2 million copies in like just a short amount of time. Why is it that everybody is saying nobody wants a single player, like character driven, well-written game? And I just replied to it and I said, it's because the activists in the industry have come in and told you, and as well as the investors, that the best way to make a game is to have live service features so you can continue to make money. And it doesn't work because people hate that shit. They do it for certain games in certain areas, but you can't make every game a live service game with microtransactions and shit like that, because that gameplay is not interesting. To me, as somebody who's primarily been a single player gamer for most of my life, because there were times of my life I didn't have internet, I am like attached to well-written characters, story-driven games and stuff like that. And I was so happy to find out that there are so many other people that just want good characters, good stories, and a solid game. And that seems to be the direction that gaming is actually kind of leaning a little bit more towards now.
Well, Ubisoft is definitely trying to gut out the monetization strategy for their games, because I'm about to pull up the Animus Hub here. This was revealed during the playtest, or the sort of early reviews that came out for Assassin's Creed Shadows a couple of weeks ago. So this is the Animus Hub. This is how you're going to access Assassin's Creed games in the future. You boot up whatever game it is in the dashboard, then you're greeted with this, and you can scroll through the list, through the timeline. If you want to play any games within the timeline, you just click on it and you boot into the game. But this is the sort of, the breakdown of what it was going to be. So you got memories, that's where the games are. You got projects, which is like special missions they're going to put on specifically for the Animus Hub. But then you have the exchange, which is the rewards tab, which is just essentially like a battle pass. But again, there's no monetization behind this. You just need to buy the game, and that's it. You'll have access, and you get in-game rewards and currencies and whatever else to buy. And then this vault here at the end is just like extra content, essentially. So they are trying to sort of roll out stuff for free if they can.
That's actually kind of cool. I like that. But I wish I was more excited about the games around it, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Anyone play Warframe? Because they did free to play and live service so well.
And
I was happy to give that game money. And
quite
often came back to it.
Yeah, those developers are pretty based from what I hear too.
Now they're owned by China too, if I'm not mistaken. Or always were.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I just found that one out recently. Yeah, Digital Extremes, I believe is the name of the company.
Are they partially owned or are they fully?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
Huh.
I think it's Tencent though that owns it.
Yeah, the people that play Warframe and like it, they really like it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I played Warframe back in like 2012, and I bought one character that was like $100 something fucking dollars. And I played it for like a month, and I was like, well, this is fun, but I'm not buying all the rest of the characters. So I just kind of...
And yes, it is a subsidiary of a Chinese company.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What was great though is you could play like the like in-game content, and you could earn pieces of Warframes or weapons and whatnot, and then you play till you collected them all so you can build it. But then they had a marketplace where you could just sell stuff. So you would just meet up with people, go to like your dojo, and you'd sell it, and then you get that in-game currency. So then you could buy stuff with that. So yeah, there was some free-to-play stuff that was annoying, but all the stuff you would want to do with the in-game currency, you could make earning in-game pretty easily. And you could,
but also burning a lot of time.
Was it burning time if you're enjoying it?
I need to address a hater in the chat. Only the people that eat purple crayons really like COD hoodie. Okay?
Boneless wings or chicken nuggets. Hey,
that's right.
Oh.
Hey.
Erwin, you wanted to share something?
It's Tencent that owns
Tencent.
Warframe
Okay.
now. Yes. All right. So Overwatch 2. It's Sharon if you want to pull it up. So the reason they changed Overwatch 2 was because they're going to have new PvE out and a bunch of stuff. And then they said, lol, JK, we're not doing any of that. And they got rid of everything. And now there's no reason they ever changed Overwatch 2. They got too greedy and corporate, and they done goofed up. And for the longest time, I don't know how it still is on Steam, but I don't even know why you could get it on Steam, but still, it was like overwhelmingly negative, terrible reviews. Fan goodwill has been gone for so freaking long. Mm-hmm. Everyone has moved to Marvel Rivals, and you can tell because they just had to do a huge update. They're adding 2 new characters. We're going to be talking about how this is the character that they just added in. Oh no, she's problematic because she's an attractive white woman, and we can't have that in Overwatch. So they're bringing a bunch of stuff back. They're bringing loot boxes back. The only reason to play the game, the first part, only like rewards you got was loot boxes. When they went to Overwatch 2, they took out the loot boxes so they could charge you $27 for a new fucking skin. God, I hate Blizzard. Sorry, I hate Blizzard so freaking much. All right, so
it's not just Blizzard; it's Blizzard Activision.
Yes,
keep in mind the largest video game or the largest corporate merger that has ever happened in history.
They were also blaming it on EU regulations where. You're probably going to get to it, but they're adding them again, just the way that they want them to. They're allowed to. You have to tell the odds of getting something. That's all they have to do.
Yes, and then the other thing was everyone had already earned everything out of the loot boxes. So then basically they just want to get more money out of you. Which as we now know. So we got a new hero, new damage hero. Yay. We need more DPS hero in games. Yay. As soon as her design was shown off at the latest Overwatch Spotlight, it immediately came under fire for being so similar to designs of other female characters.
Wait, that just means everybody needs to tell them to buff the ass.
Okay, well, it's all right. Many feel that this is yet another example of Overwatch 2 lacking body diversity amongst its female heroes. Since so many of them have similar silhouettes, they don't. This is a complete this is a lie. 100%. They even go down here a bit and they're like, oh, they all look the same. Look at all these men. They look different. There aren't many female designs to stand out in the same way. Oh, except for these examples that we're not going to count. So this is who there's. So I'm begging you, please diversity your female body types. Plus faces, she literally looks like Widowmaker. All right, so here's the face. Here is Widowmaker looking absolutely. There we go. Absolutely not in the slightest bit. Character doesn't. Nothing like her. So she actually has this cape, which makes her look like Anna, the old ass Egyptian character. So they can't complain about that because that's the diversity they want. But they hate Widowmaker because Widowmaker is attractive, and that's the one that everyone always simps over. That's the one they're sad that Tracer and Widowmaker have butts, and guys like butts. So they hate Widowmaker. So they have to pretend this character looks like Widowmaker because Widowmaker is technically French, so she's an attractive white woman, but as you may notice, is fucking purple. All right, well, for those that don't know, we have to have, like, this is Brig, who is fat, and you got, well, is thick, and then you got May, who is thick. You got Zarya, who is a giant bodybuilder, like, lesbian. There's all sorts of stuff. The real complaint, it just looks too similar to Widowmaker. Oh, the silhouette. Silhouette is not even close to being the same, doesn't look the same at all. So ultimately, the real problem is she's attractive, and we can't have attractive women. And then this is what they did to it. They re-edited it. All right, what did they do to change it? All right, get rid of the lipstick and the pouty lips, because that's attractive. Oh, we got too much eyeliner, so we got to make the eyes less attractive and give it some blue eye makeup.
The one on the right looks like Hayden.
So then they just make her fat here for no reason, and then I think that's basically all the changes.
The arms.
They give her a little bit of cellulite in those thighs,
The
but
silhouette,
not very much.
The silhouette is the exact same. They changed absolutely nothing, showing that their real complaint is she's attractive. They want her to be fat. And then the other one coming out is this twinky little boy. When they released Lifeweaver, who is I'm gonna use the F word. That's what kind of character Lifeweaver was. The pansexual. Everyone love bombed it. The most recent. Oh wait, no, Maga was the new one, but the one before Maga was their first non-binary character. Before that, their pansexual character. Before that, their first bisexual character. So this little Twinkie Japanese character here, they're gonna love this dude. They're gonna love Bob. Oh, I love this character design so much. I wish he would twink all over me. Oh, attractive woman? Oh no, she's skinny, evil. I'm so glad I stopped playing Overwatch. Holy,
they catered to like a handful of people that were complaining and probably not spending any money on the game as far as loot boxes, and then they couldn't stop. They just kept catering to them, and it pushed away all the normies.
So here's my question I've been thinking about for a while, and I want to ask Erwin because I used to play it. I bought it because I had a rebate for my gaming laptop, but when the game came out, and I'm like, I got to spend it on something, and the only thing they really had in their store was Overwatch, and I fell in love with it, and I played it for years. If they had an Overwatch 1 vanilla, they just brought it back.
Oh, they did. They were failing so bad, they brought out a game mode of like how Overwatch was when it like first released. Yes, they already had to do that.
Honestly, my biggest complaint is just the laziness of the characters. I just saw 2 pictures of Neymar and Squirrel Girl. That's all that was. They went, oh, those are good ideas. We'll do that too.
So see, Norman is arguing everything backwards because he's never played Overwatch, and it's so funny.
Don't give a fuck. Yeah.
It was.
So this is the worst part. I'm actually going to share my screen again. I've brought this up a bajillion times. Is if you don't know, they have a diversity space tool for Activision Blizzard. I'm gonna whip it out real quick. It's as Hitlerian as it sounds. This came out a while ago, where it has the different things like sexual orientation, ethnicity, gender identity. So when you create new characters, they literally have an algorithm, which was also helped created by, I believe, MIT, to make the characters as diverse as possible. Hence why like the last ones that came out were freaking pansexual and all that crap. It's not an accident. They have literal programs to make them as diverse as possible. They finally give you a normal, attractive white female character. Spurg!
If we're having computer models make these characters, they're just going to be lackluster every single time.
It actually reminds me of the web of oppression we covered a couple of months ago, where it put all the different categories, the web of intersectionality or whatever it was called.
Yeah.
So they've had these models for years. They're just showing it up front in that case.
Yeah, but it's just like, this is the thing that they bitch about whenever it comes to AI making games. It's just, this is their programmed AI, so they're okay with it. Whereas any normal AI would make attractive characters.
Rings of Power Season 2. Remember when they were in like the Elven City and you look at all the background people? There were a couple scenes where it was like the most diverse group of people ever, where it was like clearly thought out. It seemed like a computer had decided where every single like minority needed to be and whatnot. Yeah, no, it seems like they actually do have computer programs figuring all that stuff out. Which is why it feels like it's being shoved down our throats.
That's why writers are upset, but the people actually doing the technical work are not upset because they're using those tools, whereas the writers are upset because the AI is writing better stories than they can.
You're shitting me.
ABF, I can one up this. But Sigma came out and he's a crazy person and he doesn't have any socks or shoes on, and crazy people aren't allowed to have like shoes because they'll like kill themselves with the shoelace or something. So they said it was offensive against like crazy people to not have them have socks and shoes on. Fuck, these people deserve Blizzard so much. Oh my god, sorry ABF, I'll shut up.
You're muted.
You're muted.
Thank you. So the park benches, this is what they looked like before, and people were like, oh my god, can you believe they put the kind of benches in the game that the homeless can't sleep on? It's fucking pixels. There's no homeless trying to sleep on it. What are you talking
keep
about?
in mind, the reason that they put it in was because they were trying to be more realistic. So of course the weirdo cultist people got mad about it, because what does it matter?
I think this is the New York map as well, which they ended up adding rainbow crosswalks to, and they didn't just put gay flags up on all the buildings in New York. They put every sexuality of flag up on all of the buildings.
Oh my god!
Man.
How many American flags did they throw in there, Erwin?
None. I made a short about it. It had like 50% thumbs down. It was like a multi-video level of dislikes.
Yeah, no, seeing Overwatch fall to the extent that it has to a Chinese company that literally copied their code and made it Marvel characters instead is hilarious to me.
Well, I covered yesterday. So like last year, Marvel Comics gave us the big giant lesbian wedding celebration. Well, this year, Marvel Rivals is giving the 60th anniversary celebration of the Fantastic Four, Invisible Woman and Reed Richards getting married. And they're all Giga Chad and attractive like blondes and whatnot. So I was comparing that to the lesbian Marvel wedding. It's just like, God dang it. I don't want us giving all our money to China, but we don't have a ton of options at this freaking point.
Nah, if China's the one that's giving us good games, maybe the West will eventually figure it out once China's making all the fucking money. That's all you can hope.
Well, that's why I buy the best car that I can that I think is good. So by and large, it's not usually an American car because they make shit cars because they're made in Canada and Mexico. They're not made in America. The best cars are built in America. So I'm gonna buy whatever one works best. And that is it's not been American for a very long time. So
I've been buying Japanese cars.
You force them to try to get on board and make a better product.
Yep.
So I just want to say, Isaac, Marvel Rivals, like, yeah, there is a lot of baseness about it. You also can't talk about Taiwan in chat though. So like that's the thing we got to keep in mind.
Have you tried talking about Tiananmen Square?
Yeah. So it's like based.
I wouldn't call it based, but it is more based in reality.
Well, I mean, the Giga Chad characters and attractive women are pretty based.
It's more based in reality. Yeah, because that's what we want to see in a hero shooter. Heroes.
Isaac, probably. I'm not sure on that, actually. I don't know what kind of filter they have.
Yeah, live chat, no. All chat, yes. Oh, wait, you're talking about that.
Yeah, if it's in Marvel
Yeah,
Rivals,
probably.
maybe against black people.
I just missed the days of all chat in Battlefield games. People would be in there like spoiling movies on a Friday and stuff. It was hilarious. Oh my god,
like
it was the greatest.
128 people like servers and stuff too, right?
64. It'd be 32 versus 32. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a
Dude, it was so good.
lot of people to be saying gamer words.
Yeah, I remember playing that game back in the day. People were saying Han Solo dies at the end. You know,
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, I think
people would be like, "Screw you, man! I was gonna go see that tonight. It's bullshit."
People were
I had
the funniest thing ever.
I believe it was that, or maybe it was Snape. I had one of those spoiled for me in an MMO world chat.
I had Snape spoiled for me in an MMO. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't deserve nice things.
But you know what? You either get the spoilers or you get the.
Yeah, you're
not
the
allowed to
spoiler
call
or the
somebody
spoiled.
F-word.
Oh, okay.
All right, for our next story. So GTA 6 reportedly planning Fortnite/Roblox style user-generated content push, which makes a lot of sense. This is something that you try to tell your investors that you're going to do. You're like, yeah, give us this amount of money, and guess what? The user base that bought the game from us is going to be making more content to sell to other people. So it only makes sense, and this has already been happening with GTA Online with the maps that people make and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
there's races and different fights, and
They just put Hamlet out there as a fucking movie on using GTA 5.
Yeah,
was it Hamlet or Macbeth?
Grand Theft Hamlet.
It was Hamlet. It was Hamlet.
It was Hamlet.
Yeah. But the whole thing, like one of my favorite modes, and ironically, it was more prevalent on consoles than it was on PC. Because I remember playing it on my PS4. Is they had this game mode called Snipers and Stunners, and they had a platform in the middle of the level. I'm so glad somebody knows this. All you have is snipers on the platform, and all the people have on the ground are supercars. So you got to try to land on the platform and run them over or hit them. And Snipers and Stunners was the funnest game mode ever. It was like because it took a lot of skill. It was super fun, but
it was super retarded. But yes, Mo, I'm glad someone knows about that other than me.
Because once you landed, you're like, oh, you all are dead.
I think I've seen that gameplay. Like, I don't think I ever played it, but I think I know what you're talking about because they had to drive the cars up to the ramps, jump to the platform.
Yep.
And then you could just do like donuts and shit and kill everybody that was on the platform as they were trying to snipe you in the car.
But if it's something like that, and they don't let it get, and as long as they don't let it bleed into things and cause like hacking and stuff, because Rockstar is not good about securing their platform. All right.
No, they are not.
They're notably terrible at it.
Yes. I need to read into it more, but a story did come out, like a very, very long ass story. I didn't have time to read it all today about the origins of the game engine leak for GTA 5 Online. I don't know if anyone saw that story starting to emerge today, but
no, didn't see it.
I haven't seen it yet.
It apparently
Who broke it?
I don't remember. It was on Twitter somewhere. I think I bookmarked it, so I'll pull it up. But it originated from a modding group that they invited on to help develop the game.
Yeah, see, that's why Rockstar bought 5M so they can integrate that themselves into GTA 6.
So
yeah,
yep,
they're gonna have to. Coil's gonna, as if he isn't already filthy rich, Coil's gonna be even more rich.
Were any of you guys GTA 1 or 2 enjoyers? The old top downs?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think 2. I don't think I ever played the first one. But 2 was a top down.
I have. This is how you identify the lovers of the game. There's one word, and you know what it is. Gorenga.
I was gonna say oil slick.
No, Gorenga is when you run over the Elvis impersonators. You hit them. If you hit them all in a row, it goes Gorenga. I wish I would bring that back. You don't remember that? Oh my goodness, dude. That was
Which game was that in?
The top downs. It was GTA 1 was a big one, and GTA 2. You would go look for me, you hear And they'd be walking by and just run them all over. It was so good.
Let's see here. Something that I don't know if Irwin was going to talk about this tomorrow, but I wanted to cover it.
Talk away.
Gamers are a bunch of memers, and in Germany, it seems that that's not allowed.
Dude, this 60 minutes was just like, talk about how you don't hate the media enough. This 60 minutes was solely as discrediting as you can get. And this was after, I assume I think they played this one after the whole Marco Rubio situation where the woman tried to say that free speech caused the Holocaust. And then they brought on a bunch of German like disinformation Stasi on to like talk about how great it is to be arresting people for memes. Holy, I hate
you know 30. People often ask, how history can repeat itself or rhyme the way it does, and fuck, they just
all it
does.
Takes for evil to happen is for good men to do nothing.
Yep.
And that's not how we roll in this country.
It's 6:01 on a Tuesday morning, and we were with state police as they raided this apartment in northwest Germany. Inside, 6 armed officers searched a suspect's home, then seized his laptop and cell phone. Prosecutors say those electronics may have been used to commit a crime. The crime, posting a racist cartoon online.
And I couldn't verify what that cartoon was, but I think it's got to be Pepe, right? Is that what they're talking about?
It's got to be.
Probably.
Because Pepe is on like so many lists. It's crazy.
Or it was anti-immigrant.
Most likely. Maybe.
Could be. Like, because Germany's got a little bit of an issue right now, if you guys don't know.
Why not both? I hope it's Pepe against...
Or if literally a car attack every day now.
Or to state the obvious, if it's anything to do with Mustache Man, then yeah, instant crime.
Yeah.
Germany. More than 50 similar raids played out. Part of what prosecutors say is a coordinated effort to curb online hate speech in Germany.
Hate speech isn't real.
I can't believe Trump is going full tyrant on all of these citizens like this. God, what a dictator.
I actually have a question that goes to almost the opposite end of this. And it's, do you guys think that this similar sort of thing was also happening during Weimar Germany? Do you guys know?
No, they had too much free speech. That was the problem.
No. Do you guys know about the ducks in Weimar Germany?
The ducks.
You should probably just tell us, Hayden.
All right, so I'll be careful about how I say this. So one of the reasons that the Nazis ended up, or I'm sorry, the
you already fucked up.
Yeah. The reasons they ended up taking power and they had their whole uprising was that there was a sexual revolution in Weimar Germany, and one of the popular things that they would do was they would go to a local butcher and buy a live duck. Then they would take that
next
duck home.
tab.
La 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 la.
Yeah,
la,
it's
la,
exactly
la.
what you think. But then they would kill it.
Quackenschaften.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They would, yeah. But that's why.
Also, this is extremely interesting to me, but it's his ABS stream.
I know. But that's why Mustache Man came to power. Okay,
God.
he was fighting against that.
So I'm gonna have to buy one of these for my wall of L's, I think.
Wow.
And
We actually have an update on that. Yeah.
Steph is hilarious too.
That's a wall of L. That's a champ right there. You got to get one of those.
Remember when people put Bill Gates' face on this and he got upset about it? That was so funny.
Actually, I think I saw
lose a
Steph's
boner.
original post like within like 10 minutes of her posting this. And I know Jeremy, I think he gave Krista the credit, but I was like, I saw it from Steph first, but also don't follow Krista nearly as closely as she doesn't pop as much. But
Well, it turns out the Geeks and Gamers is already working on their own version. How about that?
Oh, dang!
oh, dear.
How do I get that one? Trevor.
I'll pay
that's
money
great.
for that.
That, like, there's memes where you're like, okay, we're blurring the line. That looks like that exists. Like,
Dude, that
looks.
Well, speaking
You
of
need
memes that look like they exist,
Oh my gosh. Oh my!
Oh wow!
Wow.
I don't.
That really happened.
I don't.
Dang.
Is it the shirt? You AI'd the shirt, or?
And of course, there's one more. There's always one more.
Eric Barin.
Damn it. There was a shimmer of hope there for a second, and the focus was off me.
No, so you're a beardo. It's just flip a coin, you know.
I'm Beardo 1.1, don't you know?
Yeah,
I'm a slight upgrade.
Those did a great job of maybe forget the entire point of anything we were talking about. So
A fucking duck, small
Yeah.
team.
Yes,
I
we're
didn't
learning
say
that
that.
Hayden. Yes, we're learning that Hayden goes abroad for his sexual fetishes.
Hayden knows about history and that Weimar Germany was what the current U.S. is modeled on.
All right, let's see here. So this is kind of a little bit of sad news. Saving it towards the end. We'll talk about something a little more uplifting here in a sec to counter it. But Victor Antonov, the visionary artist who defined Half-Life 2 and Dishonored, died. So I didn't really know who he was until I watched that documentary on YouTube of about the company Valve. And again, if you guys haven't seen it, it is so good. It is really interesting. It kind of makes you realize that we once had like magic of developing games that we're not going to capture again unless it's a super small development team.
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, you know,
Today, baby.
he kind of helped do all this world building for some of the games that we love. So that's kind of sad.
The man was an artist on another level. And yeah, we lost one of the good ones with this.
And yeah, so he created
52.
the Combine also and City 17.
I actually didn't realize till now that the city is pretty similar to Dishonored City.
That's
I
what
didn't
I
really
kinda
realize
realized.
that yet.
Yeah.
Until now.
So yeah, here's some of the cars from Dishonored. It's kind of cool. But yeah, real talented guy. I think he was still involved with other projects, so I'm not sure how that's going to shake out. Because he was doing stuff on the side, not as a major artist or anything, but
Half-Life 3 just got delayed again.
Oh,
my goodness!
Shut up.
Man.
Sorry.
Too soon. Too soon.
I know.
well, it's away, everyone.
man, at least Hayden is consistent with his being a downer. And then we have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 selling 2 million copies in 2 weeks now. So they sold 1 million in 1 week, and now they sold 2 million in 2 weeks.
Which means their week-over-week drop was a week-over-week gain.
Yeah. Pretty impressive. Did you have anything to add about this, Norman? You've been playing more of the game?
Like I say, I've literally just been sort of walking down paths and finding a place to stay and picking up honey and things and whatnot. I'm really at the starting hours of it. But I mean, all this tells to me is that people are getting sick of the live service push as we've seen over the last year. I mean, Wukong's selling 40 million copies in a month. So, I mean, I doubt this game is going to do the exact same thing because it's a bit more niche, but it's tracking very well at the moment. Maybe we could see maybe 10 million by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have to see that. Like, I saw that metric, and it just shocks me. If you get ahead of Team Fortress 2 in anything on a chart, that's insane. That means you're doing gangbusters. That's yeah.
Well, I can say I'm currently 33 hours into the game, and I'm not even through the first part of the main quest because I've been doing side quests. I went and found the dog, found the horse. Like I've been doing all sorts of things. And
considering how we started the discussion with ducks, I don't want to know where this is going.
No. That's not. Luckily, they didn't have that in 15th century Bohemia. So we haven't run
How did
into
you
that
know?
yet.
Did you research this shit?
I
Your
researched a
sexual
lot of things,
proclivities. Jeez, man.
They're not mine. They're other people's.
That you like to
there's
talk
no
about.
there's no 15th century version of Mr. Hands. Sorry.
Oh God.
Good gracious.
I had forgotten.
Norman, I'm
Do not
actually
search
glad
for
that
please, Chad. Do not do it.
Norman, I'm actually glad that you brought up that point because I saw a similar article and it was framed in a different way. And the way that I was going to present it, but I thought it would be better here, was actually to say, it's like, yeah, no, the single player, RPGs are not dead whatsoever, because I was literally going to say in the video, because live service, people are fed the fuck up with it. And then that's the first thing that came out of your mouth.
Mm-hmm. And then, and also just a quick calculator, if we're doing simple standard edition, $70, not adding on the collectors or whatnot, they made about $140 million, which is what, 3 times the budget, something 4 times, maybe? Just
yeah,
under
something
4,
like 3.5. Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
And they're double A.
Well,
technically.
Steam
Yeah, they're
still
double A.
taking 30%.
Yeah. Oh yes, Steam's going to take 30%.
Yeah. Oh, let's not forget about marketing. Let's not forget about.
Don't forget about Gabe. Gabe
Uh,
needs his money. He needs to have over $3 trillion. Yes. So.
But after only 2 weeks live, like it is well on its way. Like it'll be fine.
Yeah, and then something that might increase, the player base more is, they've had mods through Nexus, but now they're adding mods through Steam. So I don't know if anyone's ever used mods through the Steam Workshop before. I actually prefer it because it's just everything on there is free.
It's easy too.
Yeah,
You
it's
just click
easy.
a button and it installs in the level of modding that it needs to.
Yeah, Nexus mods have proven to be a bunch of assholes because they actually are openly political and say that they will actually get rid of certain mods if it messes with their recipe of diversity. So
Yep. I actually had a take on this last week because somebody said, "Oh, Nexus mods sucks because of their political takes." Is that really the only argument? And I basically said, yes, because they got in early in the game and they had a great platform, easy to download things, and then they had a good mod sorter. And normies need a mod sorter. Steam has one built in. So
Yeah.
if you just add a mod, it'll automatically sort that mod to where it needs to go. Because for those of you who don't know, if you do it on in the wrong order, it can just totally screw up textures. It can break gameplay. Modding can be difficult work, but Steam, it automatically does it.
Yeah, and this is great having competition for the different modding options because maybe it'll shame Nexus into getting better if all of a sudden people flock to Steam for all of their mods versus Nexus.
Steam's usually pretty good about not getting political and stuff, right?
They
Absolutely.
are, yeah. Some people will tell you otherwise, but usually when you dig deep into the case that they're talking about, it's because someone was extremely unreasonable with a particular take or something like that. So
when Rocket League decided they wanted to release Pride cards and stuff like that, they'll shut down the chat, but they won't get rid of the comments. I mean, you can pile on as long as you're not being overly just awful, as far as cursing, excessively. If you just make your point, they'll leave it up there, and it's all the chats, but they don't take the chats down. They let people have their discourse unless it gets a little too rowdy.
They're also going after early access and season pass stuff and consumer friendly stuff now too, right?
there was I didn't prepare the article for it, but there was a game that was actually taken down because they discovered it had malware built into the game, and they nuked it from the entire platform and banned that user from ever uploading. So,
yep, they're pretty proactive on stuff like that whenever they figure out it's going on.
Steam is an incredible company because they make more money per employee than any other company in the world, I believe.
I think it's $19 million a year per employee is what they make.
Not that employee makes that much, but that the company makes 19 million off of that one employee, basically.
Which is why you're never getting Half-Life 3 ever. It makes zero financial sense for them to ever do that.
Yeah.
Somebody seriously brought up Half-Life 3 coming out soon, and I have two words for you. Fuck you. Shut up. I've been waiting for 21 years. It's not going to happen.
There's
one
for
rule.
20 years.
There's one golden rule for Valve. They cannot count to 3. All right.
Yep. Well,
Just
pick
remember
up
that.
VR headset because Half-Life Alex is pretty good, and that's that they call that Half-Life 2.5. So
Yeah, I just asked because they've got such a sweet thing going. They need to keep it, and to keep it, they got to make sure they have the fan goodwill. And so far, they've been doing it, right?
yeah, and I think because they've been so consistent that the player base has been flocking to Steam for the longest time, and now you're seeing companies like Microsoft and PlayStation trying to capture that if they can.
Yes.
Microsoft probably is more successful than Sony at doing that with their Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of like
but-
streaming, where it's like the first one to really do it and do it successfully. Like a Netflix is going to be succeeding a lot more, where
Yeah.
others are going to have to be walking it back, such as like Overwatch having to revert all their changes. And
But I kind of see, I don't know, Microsoft as being like the Apple TV of the group, trying to force their way in.
yeah, that's how I was thinking of like the streaming services.
Yeah.
Well, Steam has done a good job of making sure that, like ABF was just saying, malware isn't implanted in games. And as soon as they find it, they nuke them, they nuke the user. They try to make sure that they're not able to do anything again. And if they do happen to pop back up, Steam immediately just, space laser hits them, boom, they're gone. Like they do a really good job of trying to protect their customers. And that's something that, is it's highly valued in a world where you just buy things online, like it because you have some of these other like gaming.
Well, my Game Pass. How much
hubs.
longer is Game Pass going to survive? You think?
I think Game
for
Pass,
me, that's the only subscription like gaming thing I've ever signed up for.
well, because of the way they do it, I think Game Pass is trying to get into it for the long haul. We'll see if they're able to or not.
Sup, Gooch?
Yeah, they'll be there for the long haul because I mean I've said this before. Microsoft is in the name; they're a software company. They can get that shit anywhere they want to. We've covered it on this. This is an Xbox, TVs, laptops, your phone, whatever. They're going to be
Microwave?
successful with it. Your microwave, yeah, of course.
This is an Xbox.
That is an Xbox.
Oh, hey, by the way,
Wait, this is an
you got-
Xbox?
It
That's
is.
an Xbox?
So wait, you guys
Drinking
brought
an
up
Xbox?
last time how you got like a second mug that you didn't order.
Yeah.
I also got a second mug that I didn't.
Let's
order,
go.
but this mug was broken whenever it showed up. It
Oh,
shattered into
man.
like 8 pieces.
You have a lot of problem with glassware, Hayden.
I was about to say you break shit all the time. They just
I
took
didn't
it to
break
work
this
for
one.
you.
I just picked it up and it was broken.
He
They
just
were doing
listens.
you a favor. They did it for you, so you didn't
Yeah,
have
he
to feel
just
the
listens to
guilt
li-
of breaking it.
He just listens to Limp Bizkit too much. You gotta stop. Quit listening
What's
to
up,
great
Dia?
shit. Yeah. It's
Bad
bad
influence.
influence.
As he rocks in. Oh yeah.
Oh, thank you. Film Comics Explained for $10. Super sticker. What was it again?
It's like a
flying?
s-
Oh,
a
the
super-
pair flying.
Yeah, super pair. Yeah.
Super pair.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
The stream that we did for Galaxy Quest on Saturday, that was a lot of fun. I keep thinking about it.
Yeah, I
But,
keep thinking about Sigourney Weaver's cleavage as well, ABF.
Well, I mean, I didn't specify, but yeah.
What about a crunchy beaver?
I was gonna say Alien. Let's go. Alien, Alien panties or Galaxy Quest cleavage.
Galaxy
There you go.
Quest
Galaxy
all
Quest.
the way. Galaxy
Yeah.
Quest.
Absolutely.
Galaxy Quest.
Granny
All right.
panties.
Yeah.
Oh, she had a pancake ass in Alien.
Hey, she's working. All right.
I know, man. She was athletic. I gotcha. I want the cleavage from Galaxy Quest all day, hands down.
Prosthetic cleavage, apparently.
So,
So
Erwin, I was on Erwin's stream the other day. He asked me to talk about digging a hole and also
Demanded. I demanded.
correct. He thinks that he demanded, and also Civilization 7. So I didn't really know how to put into words why I didn't like Civilization 7 yet, but it seems that I'm not the only one here because
Ooh.
I chose not to use the article because it was Fandom Pulse, but they seem to have been the only actual article covering this. But here's the message that FireAxe put out. But basically they're saying we're sorry and we're going to give you some free DLC. We understand there's a lot of UI problems. It's just I can't help but think, and Vera Dark had a video that I watched today about this actually too, and she was saying like, how did they not know it wasn't going to be good? Like
They knew.
You didn't have like a handful of people willing to like beta test it for like a bajillion hours. They did. So and this was one of my concerns from the beginning with the UI stuff in particular. This is the first Civilization game that was released onto consoles at the same time as PC. And I can't help but think that I think that they put the game mechanics to the side just so that they could have a controller be able to play the game properly.
100%.
And it dumbed down the game.
Like Cyberpunk suffered some of their problems was trying to optimize stuff to be able to work on the last gen consoles, and then they ended up spending a bunch of time on that. It failed. They had to take it off the PlayStation Store, and then everything was broken at that point. So yeah, sometimes having to make things for console definitely causes some problems.
Yeah, and they absolutely knew this was going to happen. We look, everyone just said, we look at Cyberpunk. That was a borderline criminal release. They knew that was a broken, buggy piece of shit. And then we look at everything that happened with Ubisoft last year, Star Wars Outlaws, and everything else. That was a buggy, broken piece of shit. So they know that the gaming industry is just not pulling up with this crap anymore. So they said, okay, we'll put this stuff to one side, and when we say we're sorry, we'll give all this stuff for free when we were going to give it for free anyway.
Yeah, I got Cyberpunk day one on PC, and the only issues I really had was T-pose. Like occasional NPCs hitting T-pose, but I played through the game. It was great. I didn't have any problems with it. Nothing game breaking, anything like that. But I had heard that on console that was a massive issue. And with this, to me, it seems like they were probably going to do a lot of the updates anyway for free, but throwing in some of the DLC for free, it's like a No Man's Sky style of, oh, okay, we're sorry.
Yeah, I played
Harriet Tubman.
I first played Cyberpunk on a Surface to Air PS4, and yeah, that shit was crazy. When I say Surface to Air, you turn on the PS4, and yeah.
So you missed our discussion last week regarding Harriet Tubman in that game. How there's no reason you can't use her ability to siphon certain people that are under ownership of other to another society that also does that. You could weaponize her to get them to your society. So if they let us do that, I'm all for it.
To go to Gung Ho Mac really quick, like I watched a video of a lady like beat one of the hardest Elden Ring bosses with like a whistle or some shit. So I'm pretty sure you could play 80 game with a whistle.
Fly whistle.
I've seen people like play like Winston the gorilla in Overwatch with like bananas and stuff like that. Yeah, people make some crazy controllers.
Oh man!
But when when I saw the hot chick on Twitch not get hit a single time on like a Dark Souls boss playing on a DDR dance pad.
Yes.
And then some of them will do I think she does DDR dance pad like doing Dark Souls, and then she'll play Elden Rings on like a controller at the same time. Those games are way easier than Souls fans say they are. I said it.
I think the favorite one I've seen that we actually showed on the show is that, remember the full tank set up on the table where they were using like 2 Ls as tank shells and stuff? It looked awesome.
Oh yeah, where they had the 2-liter bottles.
Yes, that was great.
Yeah, they were loading them into the chamber, and
you had to wind it up and all that shit. Yeah, that's good.
And like the recoil would make the table almost fall over.
Dude,
that was awesome. Let's see here. All right, one really quick thing. Steam is currently having a sale to celebrate Bruce Wayne's birthday, which is February 19th. Did I get that right?
Is it? I thought it was in September, but okay.
I thought I looked it up just to be sure. And because I was like, that's weird. I didn't hear anything about that.
I want to say it is.
So
you're right.
The entire collection for $9. Yes, I was born in 1956.
Which I would actually say
birthday February 19th.
Interesting. Maybe it's Batman's birthday or something, but I would actually say wait to get that, because I know for a fact that you can get that trilogy for like $5.
Oh, really?
I bought mine for cheaper than this. Yeah.
No kidding. Okay, I was gonna say, look at all these games that are like very and overwhelmingly positive. You could pick up for like nothing. You know.
Oh yeah,
they're also giving you game. They're also giving you Game of the Year editions, which has the DLC in there.
Yeah, but they've been selling that package for about a decade now, so it's not really changed.
Yeah,
like
well,
I've seen
maybe,
it for, like,
maybe this
$3.
one's a little better because you get the season pass. I don't know anything about it though, so.
No, again, it's just
okay.
Warner Brothers being steechy.
Yeah, I got mine for 90% off, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
Okay.
like
Yeah, I did too.
$5.99 or something. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and I got
it goes
all of
without
that.
saying that the Arkham trilogy, they really are 9s and 10s. So if you have a spare $9, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of sales you don't really see on console stores. So
The number one perk, of having
Yeah.
PC. Well, for FPS games is this, and then beyond that, it's Steam sales.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yes, thank you. Except for your ESDF bullshit, but
Okay, you can have your little weird claw up
Why
on there on
would
the
you
WASD.
ESDF? You can WASD. Like
Yeah.
ESDF. is
Yeah, I
almost
know.
more retarded
Yeah.
than
Why
a
would you want?
QW.
Yeah, this is much better than having your hand sit on there normally, like how it sits on a.
it's
keyboard.
literally less than an inch to another direction.
Yeah, I know.
Like, why would you
That's
do-
stupid? Because you can't
on.
pinky hit
So-
your tab, your caps, your shift.
Okay, well maybe you have little girl hands, but us with adult grown man hands, I can hit escape just fine with my pinky. You guys are the weird ones. Put your
As
hand
a
on
fucking
your pin-
ESDF gamer.
your pointer finger goes on the F. So I play the way your hand is supposed to sit
No,
on a
your pointer
keyboard.
goes
You
on
guys
the G.
jam it way up against the side like this for some fucking reason.
No, your pinky.
Because that's
sits
what they
on
did back
shift.
in the day.
No, my finger finds F to either melee or throw a grenade.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
pay respects.
Okay, meleeing and throwing grenade belongs right here on your mouse.
Well, yeah, if you have enough energy to do that, but sometimes you forget on a new
Which
game.
you
or something
should.
like that.
Well, if you're not doing that, then you're using inferior, and you should just use like a controller.
Also,
at
My
that point.
keyboard's
We're
just
all
bigger
wrong.
than yours is, Erwin. You're using a baby-sized keyboard.
No,
we're
that's
all
not
wrong
my. This is
because
my actual keyboard.
we're supposed to be using USB foot pedals for all this extra stuff. So
That I actually,
Okay, fair.
based in pedal pilled. I like it.
Grenade, right pedal.
do you guys remember when Dr. Disrespect got requested that to do that, and then people started requesting a foot cam? Yeah, and then like
Probably.
two weeks later, he had a foot cam, and he was like playing Fortnite by hitting stuff with his feet and stuff. It was hysterical.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that
No,
was
wait, ABF, I pulled up the other day people playing Halo on the old Xboxes with the claw hand. That's
The
what
claw
y'all
hand.
with your WASDids are doing.
Why? No. Why would you?
Are you
play
really
old
trying-
Xbox with the claw hand? Because your hand isn't big enough. Like that's what
This
you
is-
want to make the small
Was-
hand argument. My hand can fit the original Xbox
Wasd?
controller with no problem.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's why it's the best controller. Yeah, the Duke is the best. It's made for men. Yes. So a lot of the reason that like South Korean pro gamers have to retire at 21 is because they destroy their wrist, and the reason is if you watch a lot of them, they play like this. They have to turn instead of having it like this, they have to turn it like this. You don't need to do that if you use ESDF.
Do not sully that amazing utilitarian keyboard with your bullshit. All right, every one of us owns that keyboard because it's amazing.
Yeah,
Do
I
not
own the
do not-
original too.
Do not ESDF that
This
keyboard
is-
anymore.
This is version 2 with the little yellow
one
stripe.
right
Oh yeah,
there.
I got that.
I
Yep.
have
Hold
my
on,
keyboard
hold
at
on.
like a
Yep.
45-degree angle, so it's a little bit different for me.
Did you just say you put your that you literally just proved my point? Did you just say you put out a 45-degree angle?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's because it does WASD is
No,
terrible.
I mean a 45-degree angle up. Like it's up at 45 degrees.
Okay, you're proving my point that it's so terrible you have to turn at 45 degrees.
No, it's just lifted 45 degrees. But
Wait,
that's because
what
I
do
run
you?
off of a
This is half
laptop.
math.
You play it like this?
No. Turn it, like lift it from the bottom. to the
You
top
play like
by
this?
45 degrees. Yes.
That's even worse for your wrist. Just
Yeah,
No,
what
it's
the
not.
hell?
It's
Tell me you
totally
got some like
natural.
wrist pads or something. Like, please,
No,
God.
I just rest my palm. Like I play on.
He's
a
an
laptop.
anime figure, you guys. He has different physiology than us.
I kind of like it, but
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's great.
I always put the feet out to elevate my
It's-
keyboard a little bit, but not
Oh,
45.
yeah. I know,
I do
Yeah.
45 whenever I'm playing, and then I play on the
Holy.
screen in front of me, and the keyboard is off on my left side. It's not directly in front of me.
I'm straight
That's
up and
why
down. I
whenever
do
I'm
that
typing,
45
you see me
degree
do the
grab.
bedroom eyes because my keyboard is on the left side, not in front of me.
Numpad or no numpad? I say no numpad. It's the greatest thing I ever did.
Numpad.
Numpad.
Here's my 15-pound keyboard that I got. Full numpad.
How often do you use your numpad?
Okay, so here's the story, Erwin. I used to work for Circuit City back in the day. Yes,
think I've
they're
heard
no
this.
longer in business. And in order to use the computer system there, you had to use the key, the numpad, for everything. And since I worked there for years, I can't not have one. It's
But how
impossible.
often do you use? Because I at my work, like taking phone calls, and like I used it.
Every
but-
time I have to put in my zip code for shipping something,
Oh.
I'm always like, I have a numpad.
A top
Right
row
or left
sucks.
hand?
Right
or left
yeah.
hand with the numpad. It's always right hand.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
I,
that's
used,
what I'm
I used to be
right
I used to be a payment processor many years ago. So doing the top row, putting payments into, no. 10
Okay.
keys for life.
And okay, now that makes sense for your job, yes. But
No
just
shit,
as,
sons.
like a normal person,
That's awesome.
I was
Yep.
more a Montgomery Ward kind of guy.
Wow.
I started out selling
Wow,
cell
wait.
phones. This is back when it was commissioned. And
How old are you?
me?
No, Erwin,
Oh,
Montgomery
Erwin,
Ward.
he's
They
talking
shut
about
down.
Montgomery Ward.
They shut down in like '91. It was.
I still remember we had one last store in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I remember that. But
I went to one in
too
Florida.
young.
I was like, wow, this is shit. It's like- Montgomery Ward. KB toys or nothing.
True.
Yes, Isaac, and you're an uncultured person that's never seen
Hey.
movies.
We're having him watch anime now. He's getting slowly cultured.
We're getting him there. We're getting him there.
Isaac, you're a little bootlicker, so just take it all with a grain of salt and say thank you, Daddy.
Holy. Damn,
think
just dropping
multi-
bombs on Isaac.
Literally asking for a meme, yeah.
Not
By the
undeserved
way-
bombs, though. Not at all. He earns
I'm
Isaac
only-
knows that like we get along on probably 20%, so cancel ABF.
By
Yeah,
the
I'd
way,
say it's
because
more,
Owen and
SS
ABF would
bootlicker.
care. I'm
On
only
that-
2 episodes behind on solo leveling.
Ooh,
I will be watching them next week.
last couple are good.
Also, Cornboy, I was totally thinking of service merchandise, not Montgomery Ward.
Okay,
Same
service
thing.
merchandise was baller. They had all the computers that you wanted. It was the best place to go.
All right. I think it's time to end the show, everybody.
we
Erwin.
did finally talk about solo leveling, so yeah.
Yes, we did. Erwin, tell everybody where you're going to be at, what you got coming up, anything cool happening.
Oh, well, obviously I've got cool things happening. I've got my Rambo video coming out that everyone is super excited about. Right, guys?
I am.
Right?
I am.
I watched it. We
next-
watched it together in Orlando. It was a lot of fun, actually.
Next two will be about the production hell because it was a giant shit show. We almost got Robert De Niro, Clint Eastwood, Rambo. Did you know that? Robert
No.
De
Oh, I
Niro
think I
as
did know
Rambo.
that.
Yeah, and then Clint Eastwood as Teasel. How amazing would that have been? There's a bunch of other good combos. Al Pacino was originally cast in one as well. Lots of interesting stuff in that. And then tomorrow, I'll be on Bachelors, and then Tuesday, 11 p.m. Eastern, me, ABF Hayden, and my buddy. We've got a politics show where we just talk politics, and oh my god, we have so much to talk about. It's insane. I'm like, he's auditing the Fed, guys. I can't believe there's nothing crazier. And then this one, it gets crazier and then crazier and then crazier. They're auditing Fort Knox. They're finally checking to see if the gold is there.
Yeah.
So yeah, my aluminum foil hat has been getting a lot of use lately.
Have you seen all the memes of stuff getting spray painted gold?
Well, that's what I've been doing the tinfoil hat for long enough. That is it was gold plated tungsten was the whole what people used to say back in the day. Yeah,
Erwin, you need to get a tinfoil hat and spray paint it gold.
Oh,
Just for that stream.
I have a feeling that Elon's
money
going to
back.
walk in there like Commissioner Gordon in Dark Knight, and he's just going to find like 4 bars on the ground. Or something like that.
I think.
Oh, he did the meme. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Okay.
I think that what's actually going to happen is there's going to be way more gold in Fort Knox than we thought.
Oh,
and
well,
they've been lying to us about that.
We'll be talking about it. The problem is a lot of it might be there. We just don't actually own it. They don't let anyone in. But what's been happening, if you guys seen the price of gold, one of the reasons it's going up so high is the scarcity. And one of the reasons there's so much scarcity right now is because someone is buying an absurd amount of gold and having it shipped here. Back to America.
What I'm thinking.
And they're auditing the Fed, the gold. Boys, it's looking like we might get us a greenback. We might be getting us a gold back currency to head off the BRICS people trying to get their own little world reserve currency going. We might get gold back currency in like the next couple of years.
Imagine how much a dollar will be worth.
I've got a little bit of gold and silver, so.
And then if you take how much gold we're supposed to have and then you revalue it because they put it at like $45 or something, you revalue it to like $3K and all of a sudden we've got like $36 trillion and our debt looks a lot better once that happens.
I feel like that's going to be the case.
And that's why they tried one of the reasons they tried to kill off RFK and one of the reasons they killed off Abraham Lincoln was the gold back currency, the greenback. So dude's going for broke. All right. Outro done. Like and subscribe.
All right, Norman, tell us where you're going to be at.
Probably in bed in the next 10 minutes, to be honest. I'm pretty tired. Like I said, I'm not sure if we're going to be streaming KCD2 in the coming week. I'll find something I want to play with you guys. We'll see what happens. But I also wanted to share a couple of things. So first off, we have this from the one and only X-Ray Go.
X-Ray good.
X-Ray.
I know what you're sharing.
Yeah, I was just scrolling X, and then why not? There we go.
I think as a cat.
Main ingredient.
I didn't know the dog.
No, Gary's dog.
Hold on, that dog looks old as shit. Was that cataracts?
No, that's Gary's old ass dog.
Yeah, so it's not gonna be tender as anything.
No, but that's why you put that in chili. It you let it cook for.
Yeah, that's why you put it in a crock pot. Malty, don't you know anything?
With some noodles and beans. Yeah.
Pressure
gamey.
We actually wanted to break that one down.
And then we also
sorry, I didn't mean to cut in front, but yeah, looking for the gold at Fort Knox, and it's gone.
Yeah, the South Park memes are so funny right now.
But I just wanted to show Erwin in his strong hand.
Oh,
that's what. Oh, thank you. That's what I was referencing. Thank you.
And then we got one more for the shelf as well. What do you think?
Oh, that looks like
him. I cannot grow a beard, so it's nice to see what I would finally look like if I grew a beard and had that George Lucas belly.
Why are these like Photoshop edits looking so good?
They look great on that Jack Black.
I don't know. Are the people that they're editing, is like a cornophilia thing where the symmetric faces just kind of just match up?
No,
Maybe
it's
good
called
to have
an
Blizzy eye.
in-action figure.
I don't know. Erwin's all over the fucking place. He's definitely not inactive.
Yeah, that's okay. Fair enough.
This is true.
Inaction figure was the thing that I said to Steph. So like you can't steal that from me.
I didn't know you said that to her.
There's timestamps, brother.
Okay.
Inactive. It means they're even more active.
And also, Malty, you gonna take that shit?
From that motherfucker,
from
before I
Isaac.
say a gamer word or a racial slur, yeah, I'll take it from him all day. That's fine.
Oh, phrasing.
Yeah, very nice.
Nerd Slap. Really quick, I forgot to tell you about this, but I have on my notes from last week, Mo Faggio. I think I meant to send that to you for a clip. So if you could take note. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah, where are you gonna be at this week?
Oh, I'll be here and there over on Kick, streaming whenever I have free time. And then hopefully next weekend we'll be getting around to next episode of the Nerd Files. So that'll be fun. But otherwise, off the hip and trigger happy.
Nice. Mo, how are you doing?
Good. Looking forward.
No one asked, Mo. Sorry.
Why don't you ESDF your way out of the stream, motherfucker?
I will, and then I got like 3 extra buttons my pinky could hit at the same time too.
And you
Keep
can't
coping.
Yeah,
Keep
use
coping.
that strong hand.
So, no, it was really fun tonight. This was the longest 90 minutes I've ever been a part of, but thank you. Thank you for keeping it under 90. Very appreciative.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, but no, it's been awesome. Always awesome to stream with Erwin. I wish I had his level of energy. I know it's not related
It's
to
all
math,
the
but I
Indiana
wonder-
meth. Yeah.
Yes.
It's your fault. We talked about Indiana meth for 30 minutes. I blame you, Mo.
That's
true.
the best math.
That did happen.
What time are we? So no. The Monday Hangover has been really fun. Watching all these movies. If nothing else, watching the movies and reviewing. Like seriously, and I mean this. I'm not getting paid for this, legitimately. But Criticless is awesome.
He's a really fun guy to talk to. In Orlando.
Blaine
We got to
is
talk a lot.
Yeah, so it's just really awesome. But other than that, I got Leighton Gay coming up, and on Wednesday, I think Jeff up north. Am I not mistaken?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun. He was really fun to hang out with in Orlando. But other than that, I'm just enjoying this stuff as it happens, man. It's really fun, and it was really fun talking and really fun making fun of Erwin for his weird keyboard mechanics that he has. So,
Your mom gay, Isaac.
Thanks.
Damn, got him good. Hayden, where are you going to be at?
So we have our political stream on Tuesday on Nerd Wars, and then Leighton Gay with the GCA. And I just want to say ESDF gamers are worse than QWES gamers. And QWES is a mental illness. Yeah, there are people that do that more than do the ES.
I used to use inverted stick, and even I think that's a little crazy.
Well, inverted stick, if you're flying, makes sense.
No, in shooter games.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
actually
fight
know
all
people.
over the inverted.
I know people that do inverted in FPS games, and I'm like, "Are you retarded?"
God. Yeah,
I don't know. I'm probably one of my friends or something used it or something stupid. I have no idea why.
Oh, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Oh, we have a
Sorry for
retort.
your retarded.
I say for
Man,
$2,
Nagranol.
Erwin's mom gay.
Get him out here, Nagranol.
Which one?
Yeah, those streams, and then I'm working on some other stuff. Things have gotten away from me because work has been crazy, and we'll see where it goes from there. But I'm happy to hang out with you guys every week.
Awesome,
100%.
Multi.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, obviously every Monday off the hip with you and all my beautiful friends. Wednesday trigger happy going straight into Leighton Gay with the GCA, and then every day in between, sometimes more than once a day, you have videos coming out on the GCA channel, and I do most of them. Well, actually, yeah, every day I do one. Sometimes I take a Sunday off, but you'll see one from me. There was actually one that dropped about 30 minutes ago.
Cool.
Nice.
Nagardal, give us your best, dude. Like, I'm talking like, take a second, take a couple breaths, give us your best outro. Yep.
We're not going to
You're
do much better.
Dude,
now.
you're doing great. You're doing great.
That's. Oh, is it?
Fuck me. But I'll be around probably.
You said way more than that.
Well, yeah, then I said I'll be back here Wednesday, and then the GCA, and that's about it.
The best one so far, sadly.
You didn't even lay that booby trap for him. He just did that naturally.
It's
fuck.
Nature finds a way.
Everybody, thank you for stopping by. Let's see, what do we got coming up? We got Trigger Happy on Wednesday.
Yes.
Stop by the GCA Discord tonight. I'm thinking about watching a movie. There's a couple cool options. I'll run it by you guys there. But yeah. Sorry, I'm sick. My voice is probably weird. Hopefully next Wednesday I won't be coughing as much. But yeah, I'm so grateful everyone comes out to these every single time. Crazy. Erwin?
Stop by the Amelia Perez watch party after this.
Yes. Thank you for watching that and making me feel better. It was
My
like
pleasure,
eating,
boss.
yeah, it was like eating chicken soup when you were doing that. So
I felt like my eyes and ears were being stabbed by knives.
That's what I like to hear.
And my butt.
Everybody wave goodbye.
See you later.
Bye,
They don't
Erwin's
have
butt.
functional arms.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
I can't see! I can't see! Of course you can't fucking see. I just shot a blank in your fucking eyes.
Hey, the trunk looks kind of small there, Anton.
This is live. I'm on live TV. Trunk's fine. As you can see, friend, it's not small. It's a big trunk. I'll show you right here.
Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Hell, I know a dead hooker when I see one.